the sky, and kings shall deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sounds of arms, fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Sail war. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Yes.
Oh, hey. Well, that's a poor intro, Mr. Fox.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Valhalla Esports Week 2 games. This week we're going to be looking at insert name there against HYG. We got to see Game 1 live, but then due to technical difficulties, we didn't get to see the rest of the series, so we're going to wrap that up for you as we jump into the matchup here.
Welcome, everyone. We have INT versus HYG. We have casted on Shoutcast as well. Is my boy Zabel. Say what's up, my boy. Good enough. And on Colorcast, we have myself as well as Halfling to break everything down for you.
Listen,
What's up,
man, I was
Halfling?
told you were doing the intro. I went to make some tea. Hello.
You didn't pay attention to any of the
I heard
breakdown,
you
but
the
that's
entire
okay.
time. It was very awkward.
That's not what's up, but we here. So what do you guys think of the HYG versus INT matchup? Who you guys have betting?
Me personally, I'm gonna bet on INT. I imagine at this moment in the series, since we are starting from game 2, INT has the momentum already going into the game, and DD's kind of a goat, so I feel like he can just carry from the mid lane no matter what situation he's in.
Bad. How about you, Zabel? What you got?
I caught part of the first game on this one. I honestly feel as though INT has a bit of a stronger sense of how they want to play the game. At least as far as looked like they were playing in that game, but I think HYG always has like the ability to win games, so I'm interested to see the series.
That's totally fair. Me personally, I'm a fan of HYG just because they have Perfy in the top lane. They have my boy TJ in the jungle. TJ, I've known to be a particular playmaker. He's all around. He usually ganks every lane, but he's really good at making sure one lane has a lead and uses it to progress the game. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do in the series. And as
Yeah,
we
man.
move on to draft screen, flames everywhere. It looks like we have Zach from a first pick from the side of INT, followed by Nocturne versus Band, sorry.
Little sneak peek there.
No, sneaky peeky.
Sneaky peek.
Followed with HYG Swain Ban and INT Nautilus. I mean, the bans make sense. These bans are super competitive. They make sense in competitive gameplay. They're really good at making picks and creating space. HYG follows with the Riven ban as well as INT with the Ari. I don't know what's happening here. I'm just kind of going with it. Volibear ban to follow out the HYG last ban. Totally makes sense. Volibear makes a lot of space. Riven makes a lot of space, especially banning out the side of INT's top side from Riven. Totally fair. What do you guys think from the first few picks?
I'll start.
Yeah.
So Zach is a fairly competitive top laner now. We see him in Europe very often, and
Europe.
Europe, and Swain and Riven are very much target bans towards the soul laners of INT. So I think it's very understandable bans. Lucian kind of signals a Lucian Nami or Lucian Milio. Xin Zhao being picked up as kind of this heavy engage that can deny Zach engage, sort of. But what do you think, Sable?
Speaking of seeing a pick in EU, that Lucian there, looking to see a 0-5 on this one. If it's anything like its EU counterpart. But the Xin Zhao, obviously a very strong pick right now in the meta, and another strong pick in the meta right now. In my opinion, the top 2 AD carry right now, Ashe in the bottom lane, could be a support pick. Oftentimes teams do like to flex this one around, but just a very strong champion right now. So I really like what INT have got so far.
Totally fair. I agree. Lucian is a very strong AD carry. Creates a lot of space for teams, just in terms of mobility and damage output in terms of burst. But they follow up with Ashe Maokai. And Ashe Maokai is a super strong, super safe bottom side. You can't really go wrong with that that side.
I love what
Considering
just
the
happened, by the way.
safety and yes, what's up?
No, I just got done describing how great Ashe was, and you're like, I agree. Lucian is incredible. It's so good.
We're lined up
Love
for-
you too.
We're lined up
Lucian
for a great
Nami.
series.
Super strong bot side. Lucian Nami is so strong, creates so much space. If you're messing that if you're messing that lane up, it's a lot of issues because I feel like if you're drafting for this, you have to play towards this side of the map super
Oh, yeah.
hard.
But then you look at like what they have on the side of INT so far. They have the Zac Maokai, which is already that super long range CC engage that is just so easy to follow up with the Ashe ultimate. So I love picking stuff like that into Lucian Nami, who want to play so forward and aggro, but they can get so hard punished by like Zac Maokai, especially with Ashe setting them up. And they have yet to pick 2 more champions. With Maokai having the ability to go support or jungle, and Zac going like top or jungle, they could pick even more like setups. So I'm really
So
interested to
we
see the draft, but we see the Shen.
Yes, sir. We see the I forget Silas Alawi ban, followed by the Vigar Singe ban. Blue pick picks Trundle after red pick picks Shen. I wonder what blue pick is going to pick for their last pick since it'll be blind. Talia.
Oh, I love that. I love
Talia
that
is
so much.
such a strong pick.
Yeah, they needed the
Such
damage.
denial. Not only that, she's allotted an AL for the side of uh for blue side versus red. Anti-dash is so incredible on top of the fact that it does so much damage. I'm excited to
Hmm. Is
see Victor.
that Victor
Okay,
from Arcane?
what do you think about this, Sable?
I mean, I I don't know much. Victor is like doesn't seem like a very strong champion right now. I don't see why you wouldn't just pick something like Orianna here instead, or even something like maybe a Syndra, even though she's really not that great either. But opts to go with the Victor, and I can see like there's angles where it can feel kind of good, but you just get so outranged by the Talia in the mid matchup, and you're really scared of the Zac Maokai roaming on you in the mid lane as well on this champion. So it just seems like kind of a hard mage to play into enemy team comp, but uh, I really like INT's draft. I'm heavily biased right now.
Totally
So-
fair. I feel like HYG is heading towards the mid game draft with the late game backup from Victor. But I'm curious to what you what your thoughts are on this halfling.
So, looking like specifically at that mid matchup, Victor's a very classic counter for Talia in terms of laning because he can play just outside of the rock range from her W. So,
Ideally,
ideally, he'd like to play outside of that range. Whereas Ori generally has to be inside of that, but Ori has a much better team fight. So, I feel like I would have liked to see an Orianna here as well. Just to kind of round out the engage, because if you can commit enough to engage, you can overcome the peel that INT has drafted. So I'm interested to see how HYG is able to overcome this, or if they're going to even be able to get a strong enough lead in the bot lane.
Okay. So to be fair, who are you guys betting on? Pre-game, just drafts. Go halfling.
I'm gonna keep to INT. Just like I said before draft, I feel like their comp is just million times easier to play than HYG. They have so many more options. You can split through, push through Trundle. You can play easy front to backs. You can play for peel. You can play in chokes. You can play in lane. So it's just much easier to play, and I usually prefer those kinds of drafts.
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
You can
How
you
about
can
you,
even
Sable?
go like global for global with the Talia and the Shen. And you have the Trundle, who is going to be a strong side laner as well. I mean, can't really do much into the Victor as far as killing him, but can definitely kind of play safely and clear the wave and even threaten towers. And then on top of that, you have the longer range AD carry with the Ashe, who also offers more utility and is going to be able to output more damage because she'll be able to get closer to enemy champions to hit than Lucian will, who's probably going to get most of his damage off with burst combos and calling. But you can't really get very close to enemy team as Lucian. If you look at the Zac, like Ashe, Maokai, those champions all are terrifying for Lucian to get close to. So it's going to have to be probably a 1-3-1 angle from HYG, or maybe some like interesting early game strategies to get ahead and snowball. But I am excited to see.
Okay, to be fair, I'm personally voting for HYG. I feel like their comp is a lot more easy to handle. And while we get into champ select, we will take a short break and see where. Oh, sorry, we're going straight in.
We don't
Let's
have
see
to watch
what's up.
draft. It's the
Draft?
perfect thing.
Exactly.
Oh, there we go.
I don't think
Okay,
I don't
I
really
like.
notice anything out of the ordinary right now. I'm kind of surprised this Zac did go jungle over Trundle, but that's in my opinion, I like Zac top better than Trundle top, but maybe the players are more comfortable with it this way.
Personally, I like what Red Draft is doing here. They're setting up for a anti-invade. They're getting free kills.
Yeah, they just
Exactly.
walk straight into him. Omega gonna fall down as well. And that is 2 quick kills to the side of HYG and the Hung Young guys. 2 kills on those
If you
carries first of all in the game is gonna feel pretty good.
if you can set up properly that early draft and know that your opponents are going to invade you, you can get free fucking kills and make so much pressure out of that, especially considering that 2 out of their 3 lanes are like scaling champions. I don't know. What do you think, Halfling?
I'm just shocked they didn't even drop a ward. They just face check the bush as 3. It's a little disappointing to see. I would really expect to see a ward there from literally any of those 3 people. So, not only do they not get the information, they give it first blood and another kill. So, I don't know, it's just kind of weird, personally.
That's totally fair. I feel like the spot lane is very 50-50. If the Lucian Nami can actually get out enough poke to where they poke out the Ash Maokai, it'll be very good because they don't have the same sustain as Lucian Nami. Nami W, of course, following it through.
Actually getting some good damage down here onto the Shen. Not going to be able to pursue into the tower, but gets that last chomp off. That was a pretty... He was pretty close to that tower shot, man. I feel like that was like a toenail away.
Just about.
Oh, I know Omega the Reaper is like a very aggressive laner, so I kind of predicted this outcome between top sides. Is Omega will always go on for that trade and try to make sure he gains his team that win, that gold difference. Speaking of which,
we have a fight. Mont Blanc. Omega actually getting turned on by the Jin Zhao. When it comes lightning into the dash, gonna go in and pick up that kill for the Shen. Actually, Perfy gonna take that one. Gonna say thank you to his jungler for delivering him a kill. Yet another one to the side of HYG. 3-0 at the 3-minute mark. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's super good, especially for the side of HYG. Considering they need as many kills as they can early game to snowball this this Zen and this Lucian ahead to carry that on through the mid game, it's totally worth it for them, especially to look for early game prospects like that.
Nothing really out of the ordinary so far. I mean, outside of that early invade, like Trundle just perma pushing. He's finally got caught out there. We saw that just now, but we're seeing kind of the result of the first blood going to the solution and him just able to win these trades that he traditionally does lose into Ashe because of her passive, thanks to the extra longsword. So I'm curious to see what HYG is going to do with this because they're just pushing wave randomly now and not getting a whole lot out of it. So I want to see them like convert to a kill because that's the idea of this lane.
Yes, sir. And especially with the Nami poke coming out onto the Ashe and not allowing poke back onto the Lucian, they're just gaining even more advantage towards themselves. Oh, here we go.
No, nice twisted advance going in, but Marbra opts to just go in under the tower to try to get the kill, but ends up falling, burning that flash to go forward. And ends up going down. That's a kill over to the Ashe, and that's what you're going to want to see if you are a fan of this blue side team. Ashe might want to recall here, though.
Yeah, she actually got saved by the level up from one of those minions dying under tower, so really close and kind of sad if you're a fan of HYG here, but Twisted Advance lands.
Yeah, Twisted Advance lands, Arcane Smash going to land as well, and the volley just greedy here, staying for this extra CS. You got a base!
Not only that, Lucian actually had a heal towards that entire engage. If he actually had healed, I feel like he could have came out.
Oh my god! You're just dead now! You're dead now!
Oh!
Was that minion was it worth it?
I mean, some would say it's worth it.
Just going for the fast back, you know.
Well, Sathos gonna say Worthos and go down there. Jeffrey Crazy will take some turret plates. Looking crazy on this Lucian. 2-0. Honestly popping off.
Total outcome goes to the side of red side with HYG. They come out with the scuttles. They come out with the kills because of the misplay by blue bot side. Sorry. I feel like they could have done a lot better. And here comes the gank.
Whoa.
Yeah, Wind Becomes Lightning gonna miss here, but not really gonna matter. Omega the Reaper putting down a lot of damage, but Perfy throwing up that W on the Shen, gonna block those auto attacks, and TJ walking up, securing a kill with his top laner. Looking really good for HYG here. Honestly, not every game that your enemy team is going to face check into you level 1 and basically end the entire game over, but they took advantage of it and they caught the throw, and a really strong game state for them now.
I'd be more surprised than not. I feel like a lot of teams just throw just due to the fact that they want to get the lead the early game, so they put themselves out of position a lot. It just becomes more of who has more CC, who has more damage type of situation. And at the moment with the early game Nami, with the Shen, with the Jin, sorry,
You can do it.
Shin.
All right, let's sound it out.
Shin.
We shouldn't get
If we're going actual,
massage.
if we're going actual, you know, terms, it's Shin. Shin actually does come out with the early game prowess on the top side versus the Trundle Zac.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go like a Westerners can't speak like the Chinese tonal language kind of angle with that one.
No, I was going with the Westerners who watch anime can actually speak the terms.
Wait, took the opposite of what I'm saying. But all right, here we go. Trundle throwing the pillar down. Shen gonna taunt straight through it. Jeffrey crazy, looking like Carzy down here in this Lucian, looking for the other plate, but actually looked a little too far. Gonna get pulled back by the Zac, zapped up and taken down by Ashe under the tower. Another kill to this Ashe is gonna feel pretty good. Still down 30 CS, but
holy, what do you think about this play that just happened, Athling?
It happened. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words for this game state right now because I don't know how INT's just making this super easy to play comp as difficult as possible.
well, it was level 1
It was even like the level 1. It's
and the level 3.
and the level 3, and now the level 5 and 6.
Yeah. So they
On
have
the
to
bright
just have to
side-
work on their warding, their team fighting, their roaming, their early game macro, their micro. No, but they can actually bring it back here, I believe.
Maybe.
No, on the bright side, massive wave. He gets
Well,
flanked.
Twisted Advance to dodge out there. Win becomes only going to miss. Gets the dash on. An excellent flash over the wall by Inzert. Inzert flash there right on that corner of the wall to get straight through that. And going to make it
He's
out.
gonna
Ashe burning
miss
the
out.
Ghost as well.
He's missing out on half this wave. It was not worth it. I feel like he should have waited to set up at least until his lane was ready. Lucian had so much free gold sitting under that tower and gave it up due to the fact that Jungler just wanted to go.
Yeah. I feel like we have thrown fundamentals onto the window on this one, so I'm not going to bother talking about that anymore after that level 1 fiasco. So we're going to call it like I see it here. It is a bit of a fiesta.
This fight.
It is a piss fight. We just took 2 tower shots. Jeffrey crazy getting crazy with it in the top lane. Perfect throwing the slap down. Has a level up actually. Really just disgustingly ahead is HYG. Feels like every lane can kind of do what they want. Taunting in now. Omega the Reaper just getting already chunked to... Oh, the heal back from Zar, though. Can maybe actually fight this out. Let's see if he can do it. We have a member of his team with him here as well. Talia ulting up and the Maokai. Trundle barely living, but actually going to survive because of that ultimate. Zac's now here as well. Those global responses that we talked about are coming through. Omega's still alive. Victor going to barely find the kill there with the last tick of his ultimate, but is going to pay for it with his life. Going to end up falling down here. Let's see who they get the kill to. It does go to Deity. That's where you want that kill, and he's going to take that. The gold now basically equalized versus where it was after these grubs are picked up.
Nah, Shen missed the taunt and Zin missed the WE follow-up on top of it. I feel like after they did that, they could have backed out and probably mitigated their losses for that. Whereas if they did that, they probably would have came out ahead just due to the fact that
Something
shit.
happened there.
Just the 1v1 with Crazy and Sathos. This Ashe gonna fall again. There's a reason you're down about 20 CS. Those 2 deaths have been at pretty poor timings, but still able to get those 2 kills also, so...
Hey
I don't think
man,
he's gonna
if
be
you're behind,
good at
your
such.
name is also Jeffrey, so
That is true.
you just gotta act crazy and it'll work out.
Yeah, you gotta hit the Jeffrey.
Dab. Except don't. Please don't. Please. No, there's a bunch of gold going over to this side of Lucian. He came out so on top of that situation from the 1v1 on top of that, plus the minions, he just evened that gold out and even came out on top because of the 1v1 and the fact that he was out CSing his counterpart by 20 CS. Again, coming in.
Yeah, this Zach is actually all over the place. Mont Blanc with those 4 assists, if you look there on the scoreboard, going to turn that into a kill to make it 1-0-4. The bloodthirsty jungler takes some for himself. That green blood maybe turning a little red now, but the HYG going to turn onto the dragon now. That will be their first one, so going to equalize there on that front. We'll see what soul is on the map.
Okay, so question
That's
for
a good
the
one.
boys.
And we just have fight after fight here. Bonker's getting extremely low and will end up getting taken down. Deity going to flash out of that bubble. A great flash to save him, but Nami going to pay for that save with her life, saving her
Why are
mid
we betting
laner.
this? So question for the boys. Who do you
We're not
guys
saying
think
her
is
mid laner,
going to
either.
get Rift? Rift next. The next Rift Scudler, sorry.
Predicting the Rift.
Yep, I am. I want to know your guys' opinions.
Well, top tower just fell, but it does look like Trundle is in a little bit of predicament here, missing the pillar.
Trundle has been in a predicament for quite some time.
He's been in a predicament for quite some time. And it looks like he is rushing Ravenous Hydra, so he'll have great push. I do think it's going to go in the side of Int. They're probably going to be moving Maokai up here in the next 30 seconds or so. It looks like they're trying to get pushed bot lane. Zach coming bot lane as well. They're going to maybe look for a play with this wave bouncing. Interested to see what they're going to do. The arrow.
Oh, the Ash Arrow hits. What a flash.
Close. Lucian had to flash the Shen ult's coming through. Culling not going to find anything. Shen finding this little safety net to save the Lucian there, but...
Yeah, but I found my mute button. Nice.
Nice.
Proud of you.
But
Oh.
Ash overstaying again.
Sathos just really wants to either kill or be killed this game. He is just really about that. Farm looking a little better, though, honestly. He's catching up.
Okay, what do you think about who's going to get the next Rift Scudlers, Sable?
What do I think about who's going to get the Rift Herald?
Rift Scudlers.
The crabs?
Oh, sorry. I guess the next objective is Scudler. My bad.
Oh, Herald? I think that INT will probably take it. They're already kind of set up on this side of the map here with vision control. TJ's walking in now, but he's going to walk over a ward and have to swiftly run out. Thankfully, he has the aid of that Cloud Rift. But Maokai already in the pit with Zach starting it. I think they just grab this.
Okay, we'll
Maybe
see.
TJ can make it happen. Misses the wind becomes lightning and no blast cone available. Throws the ward down so we can watch him take it. Just getting cucked right now. Gonna have his ward
Aw.
taken as well. It gets nothing. Man walks away to his red buff,
Didn't
but his
go for
balls
the
are looking like
flash
the other buff.
smite. Didn't go for the flash smite. I'm a little upset in TJ. I thought more of him. There's someone else who wins as hard as me for objectives. It's TJ.
Did want to arrows down. Cleveland coming.
Yeah, and Nami ult going down, but Lucian just dashing straight in to just get out of all of that Talia damage, dodging around all of it actually. And the ignite down on Deity going to force him out, but no, he's actually going back and calling. He's going to go for a turn. Decent amount of damage, but actually taking so much more from the side of Deity. Just throwing it down on that Talia, flashing the mastery immediately afterwards. He knows what he did there.
The 2-for-1 to take the lead in this
Oh,
situation.
Zach gonna go insta in and pull back Bonkers after the flash. Throws down all of his AoE though, just kind of walks at him. Just really can't actually get onto this Victor as the Maokai Zach yet. At least not the Maokai. There's no magic resist there on that champion.
Yeah, they try to dig their hand a little too far into the cookie jar and pull out a little bit of a mid play. But that is two of your lowest damage champions, so not
Yeah, it's
surprised
like a
Victor's able to walk
mechanized
out.
cookie jar from Saul or something. Victor
Yeah.
cookie jar.
But with Herald, they've got it on Trundle, and they're still setting him top, which is pretty funny. So he's going to try and just take the enemy base while they send Shen. Shen doesn't... Looks like I think he has ult. I can never tell with that icon. anymore.
His ult is
does-
coming up soon.
Honestly, it is tough. It is tough. I don't think that
His
he has
ult
it.
is-
I think it's on cooldown. It's almost
His
back
ult
now.
is coming up in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Sweet. But they're kind of sending this trundle around map right now with this Herald. They're going to drag
See the numbers.
HYG away, but they're just pinging for dive here in mid lane.
Yeah, they're looking for it. Zach gonna charge up the jumping cannon, just actually
Oh,
completely
no.
miss it. But Bonker's getting the shadow on him, gonna have such a huge shield in addition to the shield from his Q. The taunt gonna land on the backside here, but look at the other side of the fight. TJ's trying to go in, but gets bounced back by the Zach ultimate. Will end up going back in and pocketing that Zach passive. Marbra on the back end here, gonna end up zoning out Sathos from joining, but Bonker's doing so well to stay
Oh,
alive
what a
there with the Shen
combo.
ultimate. Such a good combo, landing that taunt with the Lucian damage, the entire team following up there. HYG, high amount of synergy here in this game since minute one, literally. All
I
stood
feel
in one
like-
bush.
They overcommitted towards this dragon. They could have sent multiple towards mid and broke that open ×2. Especially with the teleport going top lane. They could have broken tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 and tier 2. Depending on how you're looking at it. They could have made a lot of the situation they just gained from the team fight that they actually just won, which is not expected from the side of HYG.
But they're finally putting this pillar down or this Herald on top. Not quite gonna get that tower.
Oh, please just go hit the tower.
No, he's scared.
He is
Not
scared.
happening.
He's got those
He has.
wings
Oh, he
up
doesn't
and
have R,
going.
so he
What
should
a
be scared. Oh,
taunt.
well. Talia gonna ride through to get away from the Jin Zhao, but runs straight into the Shen. Sadly for her, no
What?
cooldowns available now. When becomes lightning gonna land, there's a short amount of time until Deity will fall here. Has the shield, but really shouldn't matter. There's so much movement. Not gonna end up going back in onto Omega there. Has to walk back towards his side of the map. But I think you can feel pretty good about this game if you're HYG. It feels like they've honestly had decent amount of control here in the mid game. Some slip ups early on after their good level 1, some good fighting back from INT, but it kind of feels HYG favored right now.
Honestly, I feel like the Nami has made so much work and space for the side of HYG rather than the Lucian Nami combo. The Nami has come in clutch throughout many team fights compared to the lane itself. I feel like the Nami itself was such a good pick, but at this point, if they kind of replace the Lucian with someone as much as a hyper carry as Jinx, Callista, or just anyone of the sort, it would have progressed them so much farther into the lead than just the Lucian Nami itself.
I think the failure on the lane is more on just how chaotic everything else was. I think they did a good job getting a lead. They got the tower, they made some plays around it, but TJ found Deity.
Yeah, TJ gonna find Deity yet again, and Deity not gonna find much as he has no flash, gonna end up falling there. Nami ultimate gonna come through, and the bubble gonna land over the wall actually. When becomes lightning gonna land as well. Maokai, no way he makes it to this blast cone and gets out. You gotta hit that blast cone before he has the ability to walk over there, Lucian. Oh, and he actually makes it out.
Oh man,
man.
we had the Zen ulti on top of it. He could have easily interrupted that and made another kill for his team to get it just a minor lead, even
Starting to
more.
turn this lane though. He's proving that he's scaling.
Yeah, anti-tank does anti-tank things. Gonna pop that ultimate and that ghost to run down the Shen here. TJ's gonna have to run himself. Not gonna be able to fight this beefed up Trundle. He's gonna get chomped a few times. Has the support of Victor now. Bonkers. Gonna make Reaper run for the hills on this one. Marbra coming into zone out additionally.
So he just takes the ward on the way out.
Just a
That's what
Giga
makes
Chad.
it so best. Just a little bit of a Giga Chad here.
Oh,
Gets
TJ
spotted.
gonna get spotted out, but not gonna be much coming from it. A lot of the team just kind of loosely spread across the map here. Should be some resets coming through and posturing around the Baron here, which is on the Rift.
What do you guys think of the current state in items team fights? Who do you think is going to win the next team fight? Halfling?
I don't really.
I love this
think
game show. This game show.
It's like a game show
chat
host
style.
here.
All right,
But,
Halfling, for $300, who do you think is going to get the
Uh,
next Baron? You have 10 seconds. Answer
I
now.
spent $300 for
Hey,
INT to
man.
not team fight, but it looks like they
Oh.
don't quite know.
And Zach actually spent all his money to get this engage here down, gets the ultimate, but there's just not enough space created. They're all so far away. The team is disjointed. Sathos gets a kill onto the Nami, but is it going to matter? TJ zoning out Deity now, who has that flash, is going to have to use it soon, does to get over the wall, but the rest of his team is just falling by the wayside behind him as we see Jeff crazy over the wall, flashes in and ends up getting the kill on Deity, who had to burn his earlier. And HYG's team fighting honestly looking so much better here.
Yeah, they
Jeff
were
honestly went
not
crazy.
fine. Yeah, Jeff went crazy there, but as I was trying to
Hold
say,
on, that's
INT
Jeffrey.
That's my bad. Mr. Jeffrey had a
Okay,
great team
my
fight
bad.
there on the Lucian. But I don't want to see INT team fight because they don't have a really good team fight. No one's quite fed. You don't have like a set carry. And if your Trundle's not in the team fights, you're not going to win it. And Trundle doesn't want to be in a team fight because it's Trundle. He wants to split push. So all INT really needs to do is just peel off and buy time for this Trundle until he drags 2. Once he drags 2, you team fight. It's a very standard thing we see. It's a very standard 4-1 comp.
Right, and you can even match the Shen with the Talia, kind of safe wave clear with a 1-3-1 kind of matching style. Soul's not really a huge threat yet, as that Dragon's available now, and it looks like INT will be starting that one. As Omega
Honestly,
gonna try to get the distraction play off here, gonna end up paid for it with his life, but maybe securing his team that Cloud Drake, putting them at 2 each for this honestly really incredibly strong Soul for either team. This is one of the best buffs in the game.
I was about to say, honestly, look at the item differential between the side of INT and HYG. INT has the more productive items in terms of team fighting, but HYG is just playing team fights so well in terms of mechanically and setting up for the objectives that INT really doesn't have the space or the command they should have in terms of the front to back to clear space for their carries to put in work and command the lead that they should have.
Yeah, it looks like the items, about 2 items here on most of the carries, but honestly, where I'm looking is that huge item difference in the bot side for that Lucian sitting on that 3rd item with that RFC. Lets him actually match that range coming out from the Ashe with a quick auto. And if you can get that onto the Talia or the Ashe, or honestly, at this point in the game, even the Maokai, chunk someone out, get a good combo off, and that's such a good start to a fight for you if you're HYG. So I'm going to have my eyes on Jeffrey Crazy to go crazy with that RFC proc.
Important note, Trundle doesn't have TP, but he is still running it down bot lane. So HYG kind of has the green light to go and just do whatever they want right now. They know they win the 4v4. If they play it well, we'll see what's going to happen here pretty soon. Looks like INT, though, is gearing up for a very solid defense. But they're just waiting for this Trundle to do work, because he does win the one in the 1v1 against Shen. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, interesting choice of items there on the Trundle for the components. I'm not really sure what he's looking for with that one as the Ashe Arrow. Not going to find what it's looking for either. Going to split the uprights. Maokai ultimate going to land to peel him off as Nami Wave follows in kind in the reverse. But Maokai going back in. A nice twisted advance to get the knockback onto TJ. Does pop the ultimate, and then he's going to go down to the tower. And Victor actually going to go down to the tower as well. Zach getting all of these kills. Mod Block going absolutely crazy and hitting the Q. The elastic slingshot pulling Marbro back, and they kill all of them underneath the tower with the overcommit from HYG. They went too far, and Omega wins this matchup here in the top lane as well. INT can get so much out of this.
I think Omega honestly made a slight error in terms of the split push, and he ended up stopping the Shen's TP.
Wait, shit. Trundle just died to the tower, but died to the Shen on the tower, but got the tower?
Yep.
I guess hashtag worth. Did he put a ward down to teleport there immediately on respawn like a complete Giga Chad or no?
No, sad days.
No, okay. So just the half Giga Chad move, but we respect those.
He is sweeper. No wards available for him, but that's
We
okay.
could have had a pink. Classic top laner, no pinks.
Classic top laner, no pinks. Dragon up in 140. Both teams playing for their soul point. Great fight by INT, mostly capitalizing on HYG's overextension. But hey, look, it's an Ashe.
Yeah, well, there was what remained an Ashe. There was once an Ashe on the Rift, but yeeted and deleted pretty quickly there. Sathos having no summoners and for some reason walking around by himself. That is usually the Ranger class in D&D can do that, but not really in League of Legends, so gonna have to play a little safer here. Should be some Saphos action going on. Hopefully walk around with your team. I promise it is safer.
It's a lot safer. I don't even believe she. I'm so lost why she got caught there, but both teams kind of trying to fight for mid prio or looking for a little bit of vision. No one has anything set up quite yet, so we'll see what this Maokai is going to be doing since he is here first. Gonna spot out TJ maybe. I don't quite know what they're seeing because we're just watching this Trundle play PvE games, and then we
Yeah, it's
swap
really
to Zach
important to
play
see that.
PvE.
Yeah, you want to make sure that both of the Krugs are murdered by the inhabitants of the Rift here. So now that they've been exterminated, we can kill the next large creature that lives in this environment, the dragon. Spotted here in 10 seconds. It's going to be soul point for either team that gets this, as Montblanc using the elastic slingshot, but TJ going in, mitigating a lot of damage with that crescent guard there, but again ended up falling to Sathos. Montblanc going back in and forcing some summoners out. Bonker's just putting down so much damage though on this Lucian. And now has the Shen ultimate on top, but he can play so aggressively here, but ends up walking away with the Shen ultimate on him. Saw that Talia coming through and got a little bit worried, but Bonker's just range damage on this Victor. Actually just popping off. Davey can't even get close. Montblanc trying his hardest, but just getting CC'd. Bonkers with the Zanyas, and the shield gets a triple on the Ashe. The Q auto taking her down. Montblanc bubbled again. Marbro is just a complete sniper with these as we get a pop back to the action in top lane. Omega and Perfy fighting, trading blows out of the tower. It looks exactly like the level 1 and level 2 fighting. Just as much damage happening here as well, as the bot fight is going to reset, but wow. What a game. They've been fighting literally the entire game, and they still are under the tower, taunting through. Not going to get executed this time. Will take down the tower and have that ultimate running, Ghost running as well, and Reaper running away. Baron on the Rift, and the Cloud Dragon actually still alive, so we're probably going to have another fight in 30 seconds.
Classic
Very-
turtle plays, really.
Classic turtle plays really. The new Hullbreaker kind of kicking in. That's the first time I've seen Hullbreaker passive ever go off on a tower. We saw it there with the Demolish Proc just absolutely demolishing the tower, finally doing its job. Of
Yeah,
course,
it's in the
there's
name.
Indeed. Oh my god, that stun locked me. God damn it. But there isn't that many towers left, and Turtle's definitely not going to be able to push down these mid lanes, but he still has this threat in the side lane. And they should just keep doing it. I don't quite know why he's stopping these Shen TPs, because the whole base is open if they just let the Shen TP, and I think it'd be more threat, so I'm wondering if he's going to figure that out. That the
Well,
whole
Halfling, we established earlier that this is a fiesta, so no
my
regular
bad.
rules apply. Fiesta rules apply as TJ wants to start the party himself. Crescent Guard getting it popped. Ashe ultimate as well. Nami ultimate going through with the Maokai ult flying back on top of it. We get another flashback to the top lane. It's Reaper and Perfy with the steel chair, and Zach going back in. Montblanc has a chair of his own. Gets bubbled up again by Marbro, whose peel has been so perfect. Lucian calling gonna actually miss here, and TJ no Crescent Guard available this time. The bubble gonna land on the Zach, but you just have Reaper threatening the tower. He has the Demolish available. We're gonna check back in on that later. Double kill now. Another bubble gonna land, not barely land actually, and not even gonna matter. Gets dove on through the tower as you have Reaper already pushing onto the Nexus as the rest of his team won the team fight. This Trundle from 1-7, just unstoppable somehow with the bounty, ending the game.
Just like that. That's the power of the Trundle split push there. Double TP both of them up at the same time. Just like one slight misplay by HYG there. And it was just completely over. I don't think they quite realized how valuable the Shen TP was for the shield, especially for Bonkers in the 2 team fights ago in that blue side jungle just before Dragons. So very very like close game up until just like a slight misplay by HYG. They don't have that split push set up.
Would you
like
say they were
INT did.
losing up and they were winning up until they lost?
They were in fact winning up until they lost. I was trying to not say that the best I could, but that's the only way to really describe what happened here to HYG.
Honestly, we're gonna need a sanity check in the Twitch chat after that one, and probably for myself as well. I'm gonna get some more tea. You guys, yeah, you guys figure out what I need like a therapy couch after this game. This was a roller coaster of a series, an emotional roller coaster. But you know, really proud of my prediction just being right. So, you know, you can take a shot for that because we bet on that before the game. Everybody, hold him to this.
What you talking about? I never heard anything.
I was
I can
gonna
tell you
say
the
he
edge
should
is
take a
bad.
shot anytime Deity gets a kill, so he's lucky, really.
You know what? You want that? You pay me for that, cause that's
Pay you
extra.
for
'Cause
it.
Diddy will always fucking pop up.
But yeah, we'll play to insert aim here. Actually there. Insert aim here being the captain. Getting to play this week, so I'm sure they're happy about that, and we get to see some of that action. I'm setting up an MVP poll, so be sure to get your votes in. I don't know if people are around. If they are, we could do a quick interview. If not, we're planning to do another series. So once we finish this one, I'll just take us offline, won't do the ending song. I'll give it, give me like 5-10 minutes, update all the screens I need to, and then we'll jump into the next series. So be ready for some more League of Legends action tonight. We got one more series to do.
Ow.
Posting the poll now.
Ow.
Ray Flaming Deity.
Wow.
Ray's just got really, big in his head ever since he's been playing in bot lane with Kazuto. He's been feeling pretty inflated. Feels like he's back with Junie, really.
Knowers know. Rumors are Ray was playing with super cracked upcoming AD carry today.
Yeah, I've heard that. Maybe that cracked ADC will come back to the league next season.
But enough about double lift.
True.
I don't even know how else would you describe that.
But also enough about cracked, I guess, then, because
that cave,
man is washed.
that was very much just a they were winning until they weren't moment where
Also vote Omega. All right, we've got 3
Yeah.
votes in. 3 votes. It was pretty quick.
I would just
Not
say
many
Fiesta.
people got in there, but Deity won it. If Omega or Deity are around, I'll pull them in. Just shoot me a message real quick.
I don't have to say much to this sneaky. You just have to watch him try to figure out a basic logic problem for 35 minutes.
that was all 3 of them.
Yeah, but he was the dumbest one.
He was the one talking the most.
Medios was the smartest one. By the way, junglers, take note. You're always the smartest player on your team, no matter what. This is proven by science, logic, and facts.
I felt like I lost
Deity
brain
says
cells
I is
watching that with
here.
you.
Let me find what chat he's in.
Bro, listen to Heat On.
Or you could just jump in here because you're an admin.
I don't wanna. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Now that I remember that, I need to grab something.
I'm gonna send you this time. I'm gonna literally send you this exact time-stamped clip
I don't see
of a
it.
professional
Jump
coach.
in the chat, Deity. You get it. There you go. Hello, Deity. Congratulations on the win. We only had to wait basically 5 extra days to see the end of the series, but you guys pulled it off. How'd it feel to get to play in week 2?
I mean, yeah, felt like we actually got to play, so it was pretty good. I thought it was kind of a mess of a showing, but we had to get the warm up games out,
Oh, yeah.
But I thought HYG did really good. I thought they like played like really well. I was impressed with like their bot lane especially was playing really well both games.
Yeah, it looked like they were killing it. I didn't personally see much of game 1. I saw the post game, so it looked like it was a little rough. But if bot lane was still doing well done to Jeffrey Crazy and Mabra.
Yeah, absolutely.
That game number 2 started out with that nice double top from Perfy into a double kill for HYG. Did you guys have any worries there, or just cool and collected said, nah, man, we got this?
I mean, they're like all of their players are pretty like they have like a very solid like all around team. Like a lot of teams are kind of like either they have a strong bot side or they have a strong top side. Like their team is very like everyone is like a well adjusted player. So like there's always kind of a threat in all lanes, I guess, when it comes to like planning. So it's kind of just like uh which are we like trying to play around, which in both games was more top side playing through Omega.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I was kind of just playing more of like supportive role, playing things like Talia and Veigar, just trying to add extra CC.
I
But
gotcha. I know Talia's kind
yeah.
of cracked right now with that Q cooldown that's like non-existent.
Yeah, I am not a good Talia player. Like I'll be the first to admit I'm not a good Talia player, but like yeah, you could just like when in doubt you could just drop rocks and spam Q and then
Right.
it's fine. You don't really have to be cracked at the champion right now because it's just overall pretty good into like their kind of comps where they have a bunch of like melee champs like Xin and like Xin or they have Xin, Lucian, short range ADC, and they have Shen all like dashing, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah, I really liked you guys' draft. Honestly.
Yeah, we just prioritized green jungler, and then we just put Omega on strong champion, and then yeah, rest was pretty easy.
Well done. Congratulations on the 2-0 start and taking the victory this week. You guys are playing. Do you know who next week? Let me look.
We're playing Shifting Sands. We're playing
Shifting
Mockingbirds.
Sands. Any
Mhm.
thoughts on the matchup coming up?
I think they'll have their full roster for the first time, so it'll be interesting
One
to
can
see.
only hope.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm curious to see where Avius will go. He went mid week 1 and jungle week 2, so maybe he'll go in top lane for week 3. Who knows? We'll
We'll have
we'll,
to
we'll,
see.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It should be fun.
Sounds good. You got any more questions for Deity, or you wanna close this one out, Zabel?
Seems like he wants to close it out.
Sounds like we're
Sounds good.
closing it out. All right,
Yeah,
thank you,
we closing
Deity.
it out.
Appreciate you jumping in. Everybody watching, just hang out 5-10 minutes. I'll get things swapped around, and we'll jump into that next series. So we will see you soon, and thank you for watching this one. And we'll see you. Let's say 10 minutes. So go get a snack, go get a bathroom break. You got it. Goodbye.